Hey guys, welcome back once again. Today, we're going to try something new. We're going to try and sculpt a zombie mouth out of latex, like the thickened latex like Ellie Max does. I say try because I'm going to try and do it directly onto the plaster cast of my face and try and microwave it. Yeah, I know, big news. So I'm not sure how it's going to go, whether or not it's going to be a big flop, but I thought regardless, we're going to go on this journey together. So this is my beautiful, terrifying face. I have put a layer of PVA glue on top of it. It is a non-toxic, acid-free glue just on top of the cast, just to try and protect it, because I have put latex directly on top of the cast before and I found that it's kind of absorbed into the plaster. So hopefully this is enough just to stop it from getting that little bit too connected. But if not, we're gonna have to make another face cast. So look, this is just going to be a trial, pretty much. There will be a video coming tomorrow on the application and everything of the prosthetic, if it works out, of course. If not, there'll be another video coming. Ideally, with this look, I want to have exposed teeth top and bottom, and kind of like torn around maybe the nose to there kind of thing. Maybe not too far under because my actual face cast doesn't go very deep. So maybe just like torn-ish. We'll see. We'll see how we go. I really like the look that the latex gives on the... If you would have seen with this tutorial, I'll try and get it up close for you guys to see the actual edge of like the torn flesh. I really quite like the look of it. And the way that I did that, like I did it in layers, so I sculpted the actual horn, zapped it, did the skin, zapped it. So I like the idea of actually being able to build up the layers and not having to fiddle around too much, because I know that latex can be an absolute nightmare to fiddle around with too much. For this, you are going to want a bowl that isn't being used, that you probably aren't going to eat out of ever again. Disposable bowl will work just fine. Some latex and some flour. Now, this is self-raising flour. You do not want that. I mean, you work with it, but you want plain all-purpose flour for this. And as well, some sculpting tools of some kind. So I do suggest when doing this that you start with smaller batches of latex and flour mix, just because it can start to dry out. And once that happens, it can get a lot lumpier, which isn't ideal when you're wanting to create a nice smooth surface. And then again, if you do it in smaller batches, you don't run the risk of making too much and then wasting it pretty much. As well, if you're like me and you have quite sensitive skin to latex, I do find that making the prosthetic, letting it fully dry and then applying it to your face with, say, a Prosthetic is fine. I don't seem to have a reaction to it. It's just when the latex is actually wet and drying that my face likes to react to it. If that is like what you're like, this should be okay for you guys, but always, when working with latex or anything new, patch test, pretty please. So you do not swell up like a balloon when you apply it all to your face and end up in hospital. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'd also highly recommend when working with latex, it can be quite fumy. If you would like to just keep a window open or do it somewhere a little bit more airy, that'd be best. And like I said in the other video, I would recommend doing this in an old microwave. Do not put it in a brand new one, as it can get quite fumy. I don't want to be responsible for you guys blowing up your family's only microwave. So if you could get a cheap secondhand one, that'd be ideal. If not, just double check with your family that it's okay that you put latex in the microwave. It does get quite fumy for one, and I can't promise that it won't do something crazy in your microwave that it didn't do in mine. I'm not going to show you how to mix the latex. I did that in the last video. There is no real ratio. It's just doing a little bit at a time until you get the consistency that you're happy with. I'm going to bring you down and around so you can see what I'm doing as I do it. So as well, you just want to have a little bit of latex in a small container off to the side to dip your fingers in, and a bit of paper towel or tissue or something to wipe your fingers off just before you get it everywhere. Again, do not wear clothes that you may want to wear again when playing with latex, as if you get it on your clothes, they will be ruined. You cannot get the latex out. So to start off, I really just wanted to hide the shape of my lips. So I'm building up the base enough so you can't actually see that, so I can then build another proper mouth on top of it, just making sure that it doesn't stick out too much and it is nice and smooth down all the sides and stuff like that, so there's no weird lumps. I'm now just removing any extra latex from where my mouth actually is, so hopefully when this is dry I will be able to talk and move my mouth through it. You don't have to do this step, however I wanted to be able to potentially drink through it and talk when I'm wearing it. Now this base is probably the most important step, as once you cure it you cannot change this base, so make sure it is completely smooth in all the spots that you want and everything like that before you go ahead and actually microwave it for about 10 seconds. Now I was planning on just sculpting the actual teeth in with latex, however I decided I wanted that kind of hard look about it instead, which is all just preference. You could of course just try and sculpt the teeth in with latex, but I really wanted to have that extra different texture on it. Now with polymorph, I would recommend as well, if you're going to microwave it, to microwave it for very short intervals of time when you're trying to set the latex, as the polymorph will melt together. And I did deal with that problem a little bit later, and I just had to re-sculpt the teeth after they came out of the microwave, as they'd kind of joined together a little bit. But of course, if you're just using the latex and not using the polymorph plastic, you can just completely skip that step. Now I'm just adding a little bit of detail to the teeth, so I'm adding a lot of texture on the gums to make it look like the teeth are actually underneath the gums and they've got that ridge that your gums kind of has. As you can see in the next clip, the teeth have gone clear again, so just be wary when microwaving, guys, to do it for short amount of times. Now I'm moving on to the actual torn skin. I'm going around and adding a complete base around the entire sculpt, trying to hide any edges and whatnot, and then just going in and blending it out. I'm not worried too much about the torn skin look at this stage, as I'll go in once I've got it all smooth and in the right spot and really detail it up that little bit more. I decided that it was looking a little bit too uniform, so I'm just going in and taking away a bit and adding like a bit of a torn look on one side of my face, kind of like two big torn chunks out of one side of my actual face, just to mix it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more ununified, and just, yeah, a little bit different, you know? I really quite like the look of the bumpy skin, as it kind of gives it that decaying look, so I'm not too worried about how smooth it is, because I'll just match the rest of my face to have that decaying look to it. But as you can see here, I'm trying to re-sculpt the teeth. I'm putting a little bit of water on to try and cool it down, but it didn't really make a difference, so pay no attention to that. So next up, it's just time to demold it. So I'm just making sure to fully powder the outside, because latex will stick to itself. So you just really want to make sure the entire outside is powdered, and take your time by putting powder underneath it and slowly working away the edges before you try and peel the entire base off. As if the latex sticks to itself, you're not going to get it unstuck. Now I'm just going in with a pair of nail scissors and just really making sure that I can move this prosthetic once it is on my face, making sure that it's completely detached, and then trimming behind any of the teeth that I feel like there's too much latex built up behind, just taking off any little bits that I don't think look quite right. Then after that, it's pretty much done and you've got yourself a zombie prosthetic. So there you go, guys, that is the finished prosthetic. I did decide halfway through to put the polymorph teeth in, however that's not necessary. You could of course just try and sculpt the teeth out of the latex, however I just wanted a different texture. It's like it looks a little bit different, however you could get away with just painting over the latex with some white just to make it stand out like teeth. I mean, you're going to cover it with blood anyway, so it's not going to be too drastic. I just really wanted that slight difference, so if you don't have polymorph plastic, don't worry, it is relatively cheap though to get online. But I am really impressed with how easy this was to create. I mean, in total it probably took me maybe an hour, if that. If you have a set design in mind though, I think it would be a lot quicker and easier to do. I think I did 3 separate microwaving sessions, so it was 3 separate layers. Now because it is a zombie, I did not worry about the actual flesh being super smooth like skin. I just decided that you're a decaying body. Your skin is not going to be perfectly smooth, it's going to be rotted and disgusting and whatnot. So if you'd like to see how to apply this prosthetic, I will be doing that tomorrow. So the link will be left at the end of this video, once it is live of course. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the little notification bell so you do not miss out on any tutorials I have coming this Halloween season. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!